3 for Tuesday, June 5th. I'm Jay Craney.
And I'm Steve DeBerry.
Let's get started with some tennis in the morning. French Open quarterfinals between Djokovic and Tsonga. The prop is, will Djokovic win 3-0 or any other result?
This is an interesting time for this prop. You would expect a prop like this to be in the first round or the second round.
Yep.
To come in the, what is this,
Quarterfinals.
It's pretty surprising. Tsonga is the fifth seeded player in this tournament. 2 out of 4 of Djokovic's matches have already gone past 3 sets. That he hasn't been able to close them out in 3 sets. But he wasn't playing the 5-seeded player. These two played at Wimbledon last year. I know that's grass, which is different from clay, but they played at Wimbledon and it was a grudge match. The only other time they played last year, I think Tsonga withdrew or walked off or something. So I think this one, to me personally, is a very easy play. I'm going with any other result because there's just so much that can happen in this tennis match. To think that he's just going to walk over, that's tough. It's just, he's got to play perfect. He obviously can do it. It's Novak Djokovic, but I don't think he's going to do it today.
Okay. And the prop is on here for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's Djokovic. He's number 1 in the world.
Yeah.
And number 2, just recently they played at Rome and Djokovic beat him pretty easily.
Yeah.
But Djokovic's form just isn't there right now. His last match against Seppi, he dropped the first 2 sets. He just was out of sorts. He managed to get it together and win in 5. Tsonga also had a really tough 5-set match with Wawrinka in the round of 16 to get here. But Tsonga will be playing free and loose and playing in front of a sold-out crowd that will be cheering everything he does. Like the crowd will be 100% on Tsonga's side, and that alone will probably get him a set. But just the fact that Djoko is not playing that well, I think Tsonga gets at least 1 set here. I don't think he wins the match. I expect Novak to come back and play a little better than he did against Seppi. But I think any other results is the really easy pick in the morning here.
Cool. All right. Well, that one settled pretty quick. Let's move on to some baseball. We've got the Tampa Bay Rays at the New York Yankees. I believe the Rays are leading the AL East right now, and the Yankees aren't too far behind. They're 3 games out. What do you got here?
Well, the Rays are a little banged up, and the Yankees are playing really, really well. Shields going against Pettit. You got the old man Pettit, but he's been pitching pretty well.
Yeah.
As much as I really don't have faith in him, Shields was not only knocked around in his last outing, he was crushed when he played the Yankees earlier this year, and he's 0-4 in his last 4 starts in New York. Combine that with some injury problems and the Yankees playing well, I'm taking the Yankees to stay hot and give Pettit some run support.
Okay. All right. What is that? We actually just got word that Andy Pettit tweeted a response to you not having faith in him. He wanted to let you know he doesn't have faith in you either.
Okay.
And that hurt him very deeply.
I'm sorry. Maybe he can cry himself to sleep on his pillow made of money.
So who'd you go with?
Yankees.
Yankees. All right. James Shield, the higher ERA of the 2. Very close though. Pettit's been pitching good. He is 2-2, but he's pitched much better at home. Yankees are 7-3 in their last 10. You said they've been playing well, and I agree with you. The Yankees are going to take this game. I expect them to. They got swept by the Rays at the beginning of the season, and they're going to have that on their minds, wanting to get out to a good start in the first game of this series. So let's keep going. Let's move on to some soccer. What do we got?
We've got Philadelphia Union versus DC United in the MLS.
It's actually the U.S.
Cup.
Yeah, this is not an MLS game.
Oh.
Yeah, this is sort of like
Copa del Rey or something.
Yeah, Copa del Rey,
yeah.
Or
minor.
Yeah, it's when the different divisions of soccer in the country play each other. So there's like a California United team that's going to get a chance to play an MLS team,
Gotcha.
So yeah.
All right. I mean, it's sort of an odd matchup to be on the streak. DC is in first place in their division, while Philly is 9th out of 10. DC's second leading scorer will be out for this matchup. I think that's throwing some people off. But DC's won their last 3 games. Philly's dropped their last 2. I don't see any reason, unless there's something that I missed, that to not go with DC winning at home here.
Yeah, the DC United, tough start to the MLS season. Their first 3 games, they had a tie and a couple losses in there. Since then, the last 12, they're 8-2-2. They've been playing great. Power ranking wise, they're near the top. They're also number 1 on the table. The Union are the bottom of the barrel. They just lost to Toronto. It was the worst team in the league. Toronto's only win this season. So to me, this is an easy choice. Again, so we got, in my mind, 3 easy choices so far today.
Yeah.
I'm going DC United. Last matchup that we're going to talk about, or prop that we're going to talk about, is LeBron James. His points. He's 16 or how many points will LeBron score in the first half? 16 or fewer, 17 or more.
Interesting. It might seem easy on the surface when you look at the fact that Boston is kind of targeting Wade to make LeBron beat them. So LeBron is really the focal point of this offense so far, and he's putting up huge numbers. So you look at it on the surface and you say 17 or more, but then you go a little bit deeper. In the 2 games at home in Miami, he scored 13 and 17 in the first half. And the 2 games in Boston, he scored 22 and 19. So 3 of the 4 first halves, he's gone over on this prop. But you add this little wrench in there that Bosch might be back. And that shakes things up a little bit, giving Miami another option. And I think both teams are going to have to make some little adjustments if he comes back. It gives Miami another scoring threat. And I also feel like his numbers are a little bit lower at home because they're a little more comfortable spreading the ball around and running their plays with their home crowd on the back. So giving it to somebody like Chalmers to share the load, Haslam occasionally. I think this is going to be close, but I'm expecting maybe 13, 14. I think it's going to go under.
Yeah, I've watched LeBron in this series just blister the Celtics in the first half. He's been scoring a lot of points. I think you said it, but I know one game he had like 20.
22.
Yeah, 22 in the first half, and he's been really good in the first half. There's so many variables that could prevent him from getting to that 17 mark, though. Does he get into foul trouble? Does Spoelstra hold him in the first half to keep him fresh because the Heat have a lead? So even though he scored close to the prop in all the games, beat it 3 times, I'm going to go under. I just think it's a safer pick. Do I think LeBron can do it? Yes. But there's variables outside of his control that can come to play, and I think will come to play, that won't allow him the time or the opportunity to get that many points.
I think so too. And out of the 4 props that we've discussed today, I think this is probably the most shaky, just because you know he can explode. But I think if we're betting our streaks on it, we're both going under.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back in a few moments for Charles's pick of the day. Charles off to a decent start this month. We'll see if he can keep it going. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. It's time for Charles's pick of the day. What will Charles be picking?
He's going to stick with the NBA, the basketball. He's been really enjoying these 2 series. Very competitive. He didn't expect the Celtics to come back, but they have. So he wanted to pick the prop of Rajon Rondo field goals or tie versus Heat winning margin.
Okay, Charles, what do you think? There you have it, Charles, going with Rondo field goals. Let's hope he can stay hot. We will be right back with the locks of the day.
It's time for our locks of the day. Let's start off with Chris, as we normally do. What's Chris going with today?
Chris is going with the any other result in the France International Friendly with Estonia. France has to win by 3+. Chris does not think they will win by 3+.
All right, we got the Streak Beasts next. The Streak Beasts, you can follow them on Twitter at Streak Beasts, or you can go to their website, streakbeast.com, for a lot of great Streak for the cash information and also some Beat the Streak information. They are going with the NL East matchup. The NL East is so competitive. It's 3 games separate the bottom from the top. They got the Braves and the Marlins. Hudson against Anibal Sanchez. They're going with the Marlins as their lock of the day.
Very hot team.
Yep. Jake, what do you got?
I have got the tennis. You got to go any other result. We already discussed it. I think it's probably the best pick of the day. If I'm have a decent streak, I'm going tennis. I'm going to go with that Estonia pick as well, and then I'm probably going to cool it for the day.
All right, I am going Alabama softball.
Oh goodness!
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I have no color commentary to add to that.
That speaks for itself, folks. Alabama softball, Steve's lock of the day. All right, thanks for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Streak.